So in this next series of videos, we're going to talk about masking, and we're going to be using the mask palette down here. So if you haven't already set up your workspace, go over to Window and make sure that you have layers and masks both checked. They're open down here, ready to go. Now, at this point, you should have a celebrity layer, and I have my daughter, of course, because she's probably the most important person, and I could care less about anybody else. Well, except my students, of course. And up here you should have one group containing one shape layer, a metal bear layer, and another shape layer. Of course, these are duplicates. This one's a copy of this one. All of these are smart objects. And from the previous video, you have metal bear is turned into a clipping mask and is interpreting the shapes layer down beneath. And everything is in this group, and you have an adjustment or a blending option changed for the entire group. So what we're going to do next is we're going to hide the shapes, like so you only see your celebrity. And we're going to select the celebrity layer, and down in the masks you notice that this appears. And it's telling me, of course, no mask is selected. And you have the option to use either a pixel mask or a vector mask. And we are going to add a pixel-based mask. Now, just for review, we have added a mask. And in Mask World, white reveals, black conceals. So this all white layer, this all white mask, is revealing everything. So that's why we didn't see any change whatsoever. But if I go over to brushes, which I already have selected, and I go down here and make my foreground color black by hitting this little triangle. So now my foreground color is black. That's the color that I will be painting with the brush. Then I just paint across, and as you can see, it hides part of this image. The black line appears on this white, what used to be a white mask, and it's revealing the white background beneath. And just to drive that point home, I'm going to go over here, select the paint bucket, and let's go ahead and make this some obnoxious bright red color so you really see it. So background layer is selected, and I'm just going to dump some paint on that layer. And boom. There it is, red background. And I'm going to go back to this layer. And I really don't want that mark across there. With this actually selected, I'm going to choose paintbrush again, switch back to white, and paint out that big black mark. This is not technically an erase. I am actually adding white to the mask layer. Just so happens that reveals the image. As you can see, everything is normal. And the last thing I want to mention was that up inside this layer panel, you'll see that there are black little angles on either corner. Those brackets indicate whether you have the layer itself selected or the mask. So make sure when you're editing, if you're ever doing anything creative, if you have issues, check which layer you have selected, if you have the layer selected or the mask.